And welcome back. It's Celeste time. We got Celeste 90% League. I'm apparently programmatic today. It's Trev Athens. And with me, we got Squilio.
There's the edit. Yeah, so
It's cool, Milo.
it's all good. Right. So today we actually have like a kind of interesting race. Both like runners a little low in rank, but that shouldn't be a huge deal. This should be actually a really good race to watch between Scrub and Evans. And we're gonna see if they get started here in a second. Got that special file name.
Yeah, so the reasoning behind, like, I feel like, at least for Scrublord, why he's had troubles in the past is at least just the middle. His mid game is definitely something that he's been trying to improve. Demo Dash has gotten a lot better for him lately. Pretty much better for everyone, but especially Scrublord, I would have to say. Like, he was really not confident at the beginning, and now he's gotten much better at it. And then Evansfight, I feel like he's just had some really difficult opponents so far.
Yeah. One thing with Scrub, I remember seeing him, I think against Malay, and he was going for demo dash, and he just kind of throws himself at it. He doesn't do any setup, he just hypers right into it. I don't know if he's changed that strategy, but I'm kind of hoping he did, because that was a huge time loss for him. It was just a gamble at that point.
Yeah. Evansfight, on the other hand, is just having really difficult opponents most weeks. I believe except for like maybe last week was like actually, and it was a very close race that he ended up having. He just ended up losing. But he did have a very close race last week. But before that, he had like, was playing against like TGH and Flat and Narrow and Sushi. Like, he literally got all the top names out of the way.
Yeah, I think
so.
Yeah,
So
those are all of them. He's played like the top 5 for the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, so he's had a
start.
really bad schedule. Is really the best way to put that.
Chapter 1 going pretty smooth so far. We'll see if Evan goes for this strat. I love that corner boost. It's so unnecessary.
But it looks cool.
I think he timed it, and it saves maybe 2 frames if you do it like perfectly.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah. That's all this game is, doing as much as you can to save the smallest amount of time.
Well, yeah, especially in a chapter that only lasts a minute.
Yeah. I remember I saw Babai going for sub 49 before. It's insane to watch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was going for sub 59. Sub 59. So.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, I didn't know he could go that low.
He was going for sub 59, and any tiny mistake is an instant reset. Good fast climb out of both runners. Evan's getting the little corner boost. Pretty close after chapter 1. You only really see deviations after chapter 3 and beyond, because you get skips like Bub's drop and you get demo dash that can really hinder your times.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in general, because 5B is such a difficult area. But I definitely seen some mistakes happen in chapter 2. Like, there definitely have been differences that have started at chapter 2. It's not as common though. As you can see right now, it's virtually the same timing between these two players.
We're just about out of sync. It was so close there for a bit.
Yeah, there is a timer decent going on of about 2 seconds, maybe a bit less than 2 seconds, so it is that. But in mind, I'm kind of a party pooper when it comes to timer, when it comes to syncing in real life, and RTA wise, because I'm always just like, yeah, it's synced, but they're 2 minutes apart. They're 2 seconds apart.
2
so
minutes.
No, so they're 2 seconds apart, so it doesn't count. Cause it doesn't in my mind. It's just coincidence.
It's just the appeal.
Yeah. If they're at the same time or similar enough timing, then it's cool. And yeah, here, I guess, yeah, it's good enough timing that I would have been like, yeah, it's cool. But it really didn't maintain itself for that long.
It was just from after cutscene warp into battling.
Yeah,
got out of that battle and chase pretty cleanly.
Yeah, was there some sort of hiccup that Evan ran into?
Yeah, I think he waited on the first cutscene skip when you enter the battle and chase. He like waited a second. I think he thought he did it and didn't.
Mm.
And then I think he had some other hiccup.
Something that's I've noticed, at least for me, that's very common, is when I go to do the upwards dash into the dream block, I hold up after pausing by accident, and so it scrolls me around to the bottom of the menu.
Menu reps.
Yeah. And so my navigation gets completely screwed up because of that. So that's something I've got to, yeah, that's something I got to start learning better, is just to let go of up before I hit the pause button. Either way,
get through the first key. I remember seeing something in the Discord about how we're only 2 pixels off of skipping huge mass by using that key later. Like, we can take that key to a different spot if our hitbox was 2 pixels smaller.
If we could get through a 2 pixel gap, is what you're saying?
Well, I think her Madeline's hitbox is just a little bit bigger than her hurt box.
Oh, right, yeah.
And there's a small gap in the berry room above it, and we can almost fit through it. A couple little mistakes here, trying to get that entry cycle. I think Evans just caught up. He might still be a little behind, but he definitely saved some time there. Scrublord had a couple deaths.
Yeah, they're still really close. This later parts of Chapter 3 are really going to come into it. And like, for me, I don't even like consider Demo Dash to be the factor that much anymore. It's
not a huge time save or a time loss unless you do checkpointless.
Yeah, and it's also just so reliable for a lot of these players now.
Yeah.
I really like, what really is annoying, I feel, is the screen after Demo Dash. People trying to go for task strats on that screen, and then
getting that cycle is really hard, especially with the corner boost. I do think Evans goes for it, so I want to see it from him.
Yeah, so that's some spots that can really be a hassle. So there are just like some troublesome screens in Chapter 3 that really can cause the problems for players.
Scrub there went for the fast spike jump, the task strat of it, where you just dash right at it of the previous screen. Evans is just about caught up.
Yeah, Evan's just a little bit behind right now. Still noticeably behind, but not by much.
Definitely something that one dev couldn't turn around very quickly in the later rooms of Chapter 3.
Absolutely. Ooh! Scrublord went for that corner boost. And so did Evan, neither of them able to get that. It's a really difficult corner boost to land.
Oh, Evan didn't get his dash back.
Yeah, that's an annoying one. I hate that. I always try for that, or I used to try for it, but then because I almost always ended up dying from that one, I just stopped trying.
Yeah.
I go for safer strategies.
Scrublord out about 6:34. So yeah, Evans is about 10 to 12 seconds behind me right now. Again, one screen can really change anything.
Yeah, these middle chapters are really like, this is where it can be made up, so it's totally fine to be this far apart this early in. So Scrublord coming up to the Demo Dash. Oh, I don't. How did you input an up there? Gets it through on the third try. That's.
Oh, he gets a
There you go.
task cycle. It's
Yep.
very nice. Oh, they both got it. Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. So both going for task cycle and landing it. Now we're just into a Shiro fight. And there are some troublesome screens on here too. Some of them are pretty simple, but there are a couple that can be really annoying, especially the last one.
Oh, quick little dip and Scrublord. That makes a good recovery though. That cycle can be awkward.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same timing as the entrance. Even though it's like just barely, it's like just barely different from the entrance cycle. Ooh, okay. Scrublord nearly running into a bit of trouble there on that
I like
on
what I'm
that
seeing
long
right
room with the dash crystals. Yeah, this is really close. They are doing dash for dash at roughly the same timing.
now. Don't bring up the file time.
Roughly the same timing. 7 seconds behind.
7
over here.
seconds apart. The 7 seconds
Yes.
at this point though is honestly not that bad. A 7
No,
second
it's really
split.
not.
That's
And,
pretty
and
good.
chapter 4 has some newer strategies that if done here can really make the difference.
Oh, Evan. He just barely missed the bubble.
Yeah, like Scrublord going for the corner boost there. He missed it, but he still went for it and got a pretty good save on it. Like he did save a good amount of time, even though the corner boost didn't fully land.
Let's see if Evan goes for Archie. Oh, come on, Evan.
I don't like the demo dash setup. I like the traditional thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think he does either. He lost too much time on that though. I gave Scrublord a good little lead. He's into that wall bounce. Almost 15 seconds ahead. And Evans was actually gaining ground at the beginning of chapter 4. Scrublord had a couple deaths.
Oh, and Evan
Oh.
just missed the dash crystal there.
He's gonna go for box jump. Nice, gets it.
There's a slight opportunity for Evan to make up here. He didn't. Scrublord didn't go for the fastest strat on one of these screens. It was that screen right there, so we're fine. There's a possibility to do like a reverse hyper before you enter the screen and like
Yeah.
skip over one of the bubbles.
I haven't seen a lot of runners do that actually. Kind of surprised.
I've seen a couple. It's a very difficult strat to land.
Yeah. Scrublord already in the cliff face. This is actually a pretty good pace chapter 4 for having, I think he had 1 or 2 deaths.
We'll definitely get to see in a bit.
Oh, Evan. Okay, that was really close. He missed the last wall bounce in the screen before cliff face, and he grabbed onto like a tiny little gap right under some spikes.
Yeah, and good movement from Scrublord in the cliff face. That was some really well handled dashes going on.
That was a
there.
really nice chapter 4 from him with the
Yeah.
deaths that he had. Evans only has a couple more screens of cliff face left.
That was one death. But now into chapter 5, and yeah, 5A not too bad, but 5B is really something.
The only notable things in 5A are E and getting the right cycle, getting the fast cycle on the table.
Yeah, also some like little movement with getting the buttons. I've noticed people dying while getting buttons sometimes.
Yeah.
There is a little, very little room for error in a lot of these rooms.
Let's see if Scrublord gets eat. There.
Nice.
Go. Alright, nice.
Yeah, it looked good. Once he got that corner boost, it was pretty much
I
home
didn't
free.
want to call it because I saw a race with Teach and he like got it and then did the dash a little too early.
Yeah. See, like that screen right there with that button, it can be kind of, you can miss aim one of the wave dashes or something, and it's just like you get in completely the wrong spot. Or the one with the red bubble beforehand.
Scrublord.
And here we go. Yeah, not getting the jump, and now we're in a death cycle that he's just not used to.
Oh no, Scrublord.
Oh my god, we're at like 3 deaths now.
4
4. Evan has Evan. Yeah, Evan was not able to get the heat meanwhile, but he definitely is catching up with all this time that Scrublord is spending here.
Scrublord.
Oh my god.
No, Scrublord. Take it slow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he took it really easy just then.
They're actually, it's much closer now because there was a big gap by the end of chapter 4 of all the deaths Evans had.
Yeah.
And now this is
about
one.
a 10-second
This is
gap.
one failed Bubs drop away from tying it up.
Yeah. I mean, but everything after Bub's drop is no walk in the park. So once you get Bub's drop, it's still no guarantee that the positions that we have will stay.
Bubs drop is just the gateway. It's screens after it are just hard. There's no explanation except they're hard. Scrublord getting it first try. Evans getting it
first try. But yep, I've seen so much pain from these screens before. It has happened.
Getting the tiny little wall bounce there. So many tiny things that like, one little mistake can just cost you 15 seconds.
Yeah, these screens are so long. And then going into the mirror here, so got some Seekers to deal with now. I'm watching both sides so closely right now to see if a slip-up happens, because it is so likely to occur in this chapter.
And they are only one screen apart.
Wow, that is a really good strategy from Scrublord. I don't think I've seen that before.
And now you get to see the Theo Ultras. It's only a couple in 5B sadly, but it's still really cool to watch. Nice Seeker room from Scrublord. See if Evan gets through it on the last one.
He's looking good. Yeah, it was a
Okay,
little
yeah.
bit shaky there at the end, but oh, okay.
Oh, Scrublord.
Scrublord killing off Theo at the end.
I think Evan is ahead on this 5B, but he had way too much time lost in Ridge.
Yeah.
Actually, they're just about synced on 5B.
It's Still about a 15-second lead for Scrublord right now, though.
And it's at this point with like that much of a time gap where they kind of need to start panicking and doing faster strats. Evans, come on. Third try like skip from Evans. That was a little rough.
It was second try on Scrublord though as well.
Yeah. But for Evan, there isn't, as the run keeps going, there's less and less for him to save time on Scrublord. He's got to make a move, and he has to kind of hope that Scrublord messes something up.
And just a reminder that we usually sync at Summit just because that is the, such a long chapter that it's really easily done at that point. And also, that's where it counts.
That's where we're able to really see kind of how far apart or how close runners are.
Ooh, Scrublord taking a death on this screen. On the same screen at the same time, but there still definitely is a lead for Scrublord.
Yeah. I think Evans went for the slide there on that Kevin. He's going to take top route.
While Scrublord took bottom route and then got some good bounces off of the bumpers.
I don't think top route saved time for Evan because he did have a death kind of early
Right.
on one of them.
Yeah. And he had a reset up entrance cycle.
Yeah. I think he knows he needs to save time, but that wasn't the way that he needed to. Especially just because it cost him more time than it would have saved.
Right.
To dev skip for Scrublord, he gets it. See if Evan gets it as well. I know the last one has messed up a couple runners in races. Alright, true.
Yeah, the first two are fine because there's an easy setup to get into those holes, but the third one is where you kind of have to manually go through it. Successful battle and boost for Scrublord. Successful one for Evan as well. And now we're just both in the battle and fight, getting our hands on.
Battle and fight is, in my opinion, one of the best kind of ways to see movement in this game. Because you're just going through, you're trying to avoid her bullets, so you're doing certain things to make her shoot certain spots. You're just doing as much fast movement as you can to avoid her laser, while also avoiding the moving blocks. Sometimes using them to get even more speed. I think it's one of the best displays of women. Scrublord with a very
that was really close. And opting to not go for featherless.
Yeah. I think after that he just wanted to get it through. Scrublord now into stage 2 battle at about 4:45. Stage 2 is actually fairly short, I believe.
Yeah, it's only like 5 screens.
But they are long screens, especially I'm thinking the last 2 screens are just long. Scrublord into the first of the 2. He cut it very close to that laser at the end. Alright, Scrublord's out of the battle and fight.
Ooh.
Evan going for the wave dash there. Cost him a little bit of time. Oh, Evan.
Yeah, just taking little deaths in this battle line fight. $21.23 on that exit for Scrublord.
Evan, just tiny little mistakes are just costing him way too much time. He hasn't had any deaths on big areas, it's just been like halfway through screens, just messing up a dash or 2. But it all has just been building up on him.
Yep.
We've actually seen a really pretty good performance out of Scrublord, not too many mistakes, only a couple deaths.
This is just going to be a painful death count at the end of Chapter 6. Yeah, Evan getting a 7:18 time.
That was definitely, if, I don't know, the giant, I don't have words for it, but the giant gap that he has is just because of that chapter and maybe
Yeah.
from Ridge. Because their 5Bs were very similar, their resorts were like pretty similar. In the beginning, chapters they were almost synced. They just had a lot of deaths in Ridge and Reflection that cost him too much time. Moving on to Summit though, finally. And I'm wondering if we'll get a sync, because then we'll be able to kind of see the actual difference between these runners.
I mean, it's a very big difference at this point.
Scrublord already into 1000. Get close to the end.
I think 1,000 meters is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun, but it's very dangerous with all these dream block hypers that are way too tight of a gap to...
I'm not good enough to attempt them yet, so I just have fun not doing them.
I'm not consistent at all.
I just jump out of them, I don't do them at all.
They're way too tight of a gap, and messing up pretty much any of them in 1000 meter will lead to a death.
Yeah.
There's almost no way to recover. They're very high risk, high reward, and high reward is maybe a couple frames for each one, maybe like 10 frames.
I mean, that adds up to like 3 seconds by the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
By the end of the section, rather.
I think there's like 8 dream block hypers in 1000 meter, and then maybe a couple in chapter 2. Fight now into 1000 meter. Scrublord gonna get the fast cycle here, hopefully. At the end of 1500. Yep.
Evan having to save himself, not quite getting the dashes correct, so he went to the spring to regain those dashes.
Scrublord through the auto scroller escape, going for the little spike jump at the end. Again, saves tiniest amount of time, but runners have gotten it consistent enough to make it worth it. Evans is struggling on long rooms, and now he's stuck on a death cycle that he does not like.
Both players having to go through a lot of saves right now of just like doing little things of adapting movement, right? So it's impressive, but it's definitely unfortunate that it's happening.
What I want to see from Evan is, I think he knows that his run is bad, especially after that reflection. I want to see him do full auto scroller skip here in 2000 meter.
It is a possibility. I'm sure these runners have practiced it.
Yeah. I know Evans has practiced it a lot. Yeah, he's gonna go for it.
Ooh. A little bit too much speed there. Ooh, just a little bit early. He was running out of stamina, so he just got kind of panicked.
All right. Yeah, true. Oh, he's going for that spike jump. Okay. Scrublord already into flag 28. He's having actually a really good summit. I haven't seen too many deaths from him. I don't think I've seen any actually.
Might have had a couple, I'm not sure. Trying to think. Actually no, I don't think I really have seen any. Yeah.
Tons of little saves from Scrublord. Just barely missing platforms, gonna have to recover. Oh. Evans had a little slip up. He almost died on the last screen of 2000 meter. He's barely saved it.
Here's a death.
Scrublord doing the flag 14 fast strat, skipping one of the jumps there. If you line up on the right spot on the spring, it's a good setup. It's pretty dangerous though, because you have to do the turnaround to get the jump at a precise spot. But of course he nailed it. From Scrublord, I think he can still sub 30 this.
No, it's not looking doable. I don't believe you.
No, yeah, okay. It's definitely close though. Evans down to 3,000 meters. Definitely not the best showing that Evan wanted. Just a lot of just not. He didn't miss any strats. He got demo dash. He got Bubs drop. He just died in a lot of unwary spots. A lot of spots that I guess people don't usually die in.
No, but that's definitely where it's starting to matter. Everyone's getting more reliable on these tricks, on these like little tricks that we were giving names for, that everyone forgets about all the other screens that actually are still pretty difficult screens. Like, you can't count them out.
Scrublord finishing with 30:06, 18 deaths. I do think he wants that run back though. Like he did have, I mean, he had 18 deaths. He had plenty of mistakes. His 5B could have been better, just by a bit. And he had plenty of deaths in Chapter 3. But he's going to come out on top of this first race. Still got 2 more races though. Purposely skipping Flag 9 there. He was timing rooms and found that Flag 9 skip saves, I think, like half a second, maybe.
Worth.
Totally worth. Especially if you die, you go all the way back to Flag 11.
Worth.
If you die anywhere before Flag 7.
Worth.
Definitely worth it to save the half second.
Oh yeah, it's so good. It's the best.
It's all worth it. Every screen, just
skip all of them.
Skip all the flags.
You don't need them.
I mean, you can skip flag 3 and 2. He already has 3. He got flag 2.
Damn. He tried.
Yeah, he went for the little B hop over it. Did too short of a hyper.
It's going to be a 33XX for Evans. So over 3 minute difference.
Definitely.
Actually, just under rather.
Yeah, definitely not the run Evan wanted. I know he can do better than that, and I want to see him do better than that. I want to see him come back this run, get the same tricks he did, and just fix up on the little tiny mistakes he had, because that was what cost him the run. And by the end, he kind of knew, and he was just kind of taking things slow, trying new strats. Yeah, 41 deaths.
Not the worst time we've seen, but it's still annoying. Okay, countdown has happened in chat, and we're going to be going soon for race number 2.
Alright, getting started. Almost a prologue sync.
Yeah, because we never synced last race, so they're pretty much still at the same timing right now.
Yeah. Well, Evan's taking the lead. Prologue, there's not a lot of time save, just bunny hops. Every jump you do is about 2 frames, and there's a couple corner boosts you can get.
Yep.
And then the only other difference is how fast you skip the cutscene, I guess.
Yeah, it actually kind of surprised me when I was like watching like someone explain like programmatics video on like explaining how quick, like explaining like the optimal strats for prologue, and I'm just like looking at, and he's just like saying corner boost. I'm like, oh, I guess you, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like I didn't even fully realize that you could corner boost without a dash. Like
Most people think of just corner boost as like some way to preserve your momentum, but you can actually just build a little bit off it from just walking speed.
yeah, I realized I was like thinking about, I was like, yeah, I guess that could work. And so yeah, I was like, okay, I accept this. I accept that corner boosts are not a dash exclusive tactic. Players messing up on little things differently, and so we're ending up at pretty much the same times. Just about 3-second gap there.
Yeah, Evans had a little bit of a stumble. He was like trying to preserve ultra speed and just ran into a little corner.
Right, it's nothing to even write about. It's just like, oh, okay, it exists. Ooh, Scrublord taking a death on that screen, just not doing it up, not inputting the up arrow, and just going right into the wall. So they're pretty even right now, actually. I believe.
One more.
Yeah, just Evan.
Scrublord would make it even.
Yeah, it's just pretty much even, as Scrublord is a little bit ahead.
Evan's gonna save some time there. Scrublord had a tiny little mid stash.
Ooh, Scrublord hitting a spring.
That'll even it out just a little bit. I do think Scrub is, yeah, just about 2 seconds ahead. Major time saves are probably just chapter 3 through chapter 5B. Lots of long screens, and even into chapter 6, lots of long screens that just kind of split runners apart.
Scrublord taking a little, sorry, Evansfight taking a couple deaths here and there, and it's just, yeah, it's costing him the time right now. These are not the areas where he should be dying. We're at the beginning stages of chapter 3, not post big mess.
Yeah, luckily the deaths weren't too bad, but they did add up to about 5 seconds or so.
Ooh, Scrublord taking a death on the spike jump. Not enough to really make a difference yet, but it is closing that gap just a little bit.
And now you can kind of see all the little mistakes that have happened on Evansfight kind of add up, as he's now about 10 seconds behind.
Another player able to get the corner boost. Evansfight able to get that corner boost.
Demo dash Scrublord. 2 deaths, 3 deaths now. Evans also fumbling with it. Alright, second try to Evans, fourth try to Scrublord. Evans he went for the task cycle, but just barely missed it. That corner boost.
Oh, and dying at the end of that screen. That was very punishing.
Evans, don't repeat history. Scrublord already about halfway through the Oshiro fight. He's had a pretty strong chapter 3 in general. Scrublord through chapter 3 pretty smoothly. Evans now on the last screen of chapter 3. Lots of bunny hops. Oh, he misses dash there. Okay. He got a little off of his normal strat there, but he was able to recover.
These screens are just so fluid, it's hard to really find any little thing.
I do think Evans messed up on the first crumple block with like lots of them. He went to skip 2 of them and didn't get the spikes up at the end. Evansfight now on a box jump again. Oh, He did the up dash to clear it just a little too early and balked his head. And then gets stuck on that corner.
These are really troublesome spots to mess up on.
Yeah.
So costly.
You have to wait for that block to get in the certain position every time. It's about a 6-second death each time. Scrublord's gonna come out with a pretty good lead as he's into cliff face already. For a different strat than most runners do there, he doesn't opt to go for the ultra. Evansfight now entering cliff face, Scrublord exiting chapter 4 already. This is a pretty good run for him so far. Definitely a little faster than the last run, I think. And one thing that I know Scrublord is looking to improve is that 5A tape that kind of screwed him over the first time around. So he had 5 or 6 steps in that screen, some at the very end going for the last ultra. Scrublord just about, yeah, into the tape room. Evansfight now into 5A, getting the first key. Oh, no Scrublord. Okay. He needs to just take this tape room slow. Another death from Scrublord. Evans can save some time again on this. I think Scrublord's gonna take this really slow now. Yeah.
Evan went for the button there. Tried to get the button in the cutscene,
Oh, the
but
button
ended
warp.
up. Yeah, the button warp, but ended up spawning inside the button.
Ah.
It's a fun area to be.
I think you can, if you do spawn in the button, you can save it by dashing down, like immediately when you spawn in. But it's a tight window still.
Wait, what? Did Scrublord just like clip in the wall there for a second?
It kind of looked like he did. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know if someone can clip that and put it in chat or in the Discord, but that was kind of a weird.
I swear it looked like he clipped into the wall.
Oh, and he misses Bub's
Oh.
drop.
Yeah, Scrublord missing the Bub's drop. Okay, but
Evans
yeah,
fight now into 5P.
I need to know what happened.
That was odd. Wait, second try now for Scrublord. And he gets it? Alright. Losing about 10 or 12 seconds there. Evans approaching Bub's top. If he gets it first try, he'll gain some ground back. But he has kind of dug himself back into a hole. It'll take some big mistakes. And he gets first try, so he does save some time back on Scrublord.
Yeah, his setup was kind of slow though, so it definitely wasn't like a full 10-second save. But that definitely helps. The death over there from Scrublord.
gap is definitely closing a bit, or it has closed a bit there.
Yeah, like I said in the last run, 5B is a very troublesome area. Bub's drop is just the beginning.
I think it was about almost a 40-second gap, and now it's maybe only 20 seconds or 25. That was a insane stretch from Scrublord. I love that.
Yeah, he did that strategy last time, last run as well, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's insanely hard, and I don't think it saves time from the normal strat, but it's just the idea of doing it. Evan's making through that screen as well, entering the Fido section, doing the ultras on those tumble platforms. It's gonna be a little janky.
And Scrublord now on the last screen. Getting a 223, I believe that says.
Yeah, 223 or 221, I think is what I saw. Evan's gonna come out with a 20 or a 38. So despite getting first try Bub's drop and Scrublord getting second. Also, yeah, Scrublord got a 223 plus the time of entrance into 5B.
Oh,
And
right.
missed Bub's drop.
Very
So
true.
Scrublord actually did lose time there on Evans.
Makes sense.
Because that was probably closer to a 3-minute 5B from him.
Yeah, good catch.
First try leg skip from Scrublord, and first try from Evans. Nice. That was a little tough spot for both of them last round. Scrublord taking a little def here, trying to get that block, and I think he jumped a little too high.
Yeah, ending up on the same screen at the same time now, RTA wise.
Still a noticeable time or difference on the timer.
Yeah.
But they're synced up for this chapter, I think. Yeah, Evans is a little bit ahead on this chapter.
RTA.
In a chapter timer as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they entered at about the same time. I want to see if Evan takes top route again. Because I know he's been practicing a lot. But he went for it last run and he ended up messing it up. And he lost way more time than he could save. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna opt for top route again. See if he gets it. Alright.
That was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Just like a little different from the optimal strategy.
Yeah.
So, ending up not losing really any time. Still a lot of ground for Evan to make up in order to get caught up to Scrublord. Even though like it looks like Evan has caught up because he is ahead visually, you know, he's still got the timers to deal with though.
He is ahead of Scrublord on this chapter though, so we'll see if he can keep his pace and kind of save some time back. And then it'll just take a really good summit to turn the tides.
Absolutely, and that's when we'll definitely be getting a thing because these runners are definitely a lot closer than they were last race.
Yeah. This run will be deserving of one. Last run, by by Summit, it was already kind of decided that Scrublord would be the winner. I think Evans was like a minute 40 behind at that point. Yeah, Evans getting a clean battle and boost. See if Scrublord gets it. Nice from both runners. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, there's the sync that's going on now. As we say that, the featherless room.
It was like a perfect sync for maybe a second or two. That's all we can really hope for is a good sync.
Yeah, but that's not the best thing to be seeing because it's not. It means that Evan's actually getting behind again. We want to see Scrublord ahead right now. Oh, sorry, but Evans ahead.
Yeah.
By a little bit right now.
With
That'll mean that we're getting.
Oh, Scrublord taking a death at the very end of the bunny hop room. He goes for 2 dashes there. I think the first dash is what killed him.
I see the Hayas being spammed. Ooh, that is not a fun death.
Evans almost out of the battle and fight. This is definitely a much better reflection overall.
Yeah.
From last run, because I think last run he had over 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was like a 7:20.
He's out of the battle and fight.
Somewhere around 6 minutes.
Yeah. This will be a low 6-minute time, but definitely better than last run. Definitely saving time on Scrublord out of this chapter. Scrublord struggling in the last battle room. Yeah, Evans getting a sub 6 actually. He got a 558. Scrublord still moseying his way through.
And 2207 exit, which is looking to be just about where Scrublord's gonna be.
Yeah, I think Scrublord will be a little bit behind that. I think Evans just took the lead after that chapter. Because Scrublord had a lot of deaths in that last room. Yeah. Evans is now ahead by 7 seconds. Entering Summit.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to see that as we'll definitely have a sync at the start of Summit.
Yeah.
As soon as Scrublord enters it. Oh, getting some deaths on Evansfight side on the 500 meters.
Scrublord entering 500, just about as Evans enters 1000, but that's with the timer difference, of course. Evans landing at 23:43 into 1000. See where Scrublord is to kind of get an idea after those couple deaths.
Yeah, we'll just go by timing for a little bit here.
Scrublord getting very close to those spikes at the end of the last screen 500 meter. So yeah, now it's about a... Oh, Scrublord...
He's just pausing. That was Scrublord just...
Yeah, that was not a sync or anything, that was him just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He just sat there for
I'm not
5 or so seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure what just happened.
Now, I was gonna say they're about 10 seconds apart. Now they're about 15 or 16. I don't know what's happening on Scrublord's end. Maybe some technical difficulties.
Yeah, someone walked into his room at the moment.
But it just gives Evansfight a bigger lead. Oh no, Evans messing up a triple ultra. Alright, he's through. But he even had that death strat. No, so that's pretty well. That's good on him. Most people just walk back left and take the little bit of time loss.
Scrublord's still slowly catching up.
Yeah, Evans did have some more deaths in 1500 than anywhere else so far in Summit. We'll be able to save a little bit of ground. We're gonna see if Evans takes some risky strats here in a 2000 meter.
Oh, people who in the chat saying that it could have been a disconnected controller. They can hear USB sounds, and we can't hear any sounds actually. So
it may have been something on his batteries may have died.
Yeah.
I think with those deaths that Evans had, he's now only about 10 seconds ahead. Even with that pause that Scrublord unfortunately had.
Yeah, this is really close still.
Yeah, it's still a very close race.
And still in Evansfight favor though. Which is definitely something good to see.
Just, oh, what a save from Evans. He just barely missed the Battling Orb. So he touched Battling at 27:05. We'll kind of get the
one going into 2,500 meters.
Yeah.
So the final one of 2009.
And we'll kind of see where Scrublord has it to get our own gauge. Evans getting a key skip. It's just about
that's high.
It's hard to tell how to sync, but we actually have, I think Scrublord may be ahead by a little tiny bit. Evans threading the needles if he gets door skip. Nice. Nice. Oh, little plunder from Evans there. But yeah, it's just about tied up.
Yeah, it's really important to be looking at that. Heading into the 3,000 meters now, this is really going to count. Oh, Scrublord actually took a little bit of trouble there.
That was good on him to recover though, because a death there would definitely put him behind. Getting for the needle, see if he gets door skip. Nice, alright. Evan's touching down about 28, 36 into I think flag 28. I didn't catch his time into 3,000 meter. But this is still very close. And I think, yeah, we're finally going to be getting a sync here. And we'll be able to see just how close they are. Scrublord may be a little bit ahead because Evans did have a death. We'll see how Scrublord plays here.
So we're looking for Evan currently in the middle of flag 22 before the pause. So what do we got?
Yeah, Scrublord is now ahead.
Just a little bit ahead.
It's all one sync takes. It changes the whole outlook on the race. Scrublord now ahead, or he was always ahead, but now ahead again.
Yeah,
taking the lead back.
Scrublord cheated.
He definitely cheated. He froze Evan.
Played his trap card.
Oh no, Evans. Evans taking a death on a flag 14. He's gonna have to. There isn't room for error, so he's gonna have Scrublord, or hope that Scrublord makes a mistake somewhere in order to gain that time back.
Yeah, this is still really close though.
Evans getting the flag 9 skip. Okay, safe.
He's fine. He's fine.
Tiny time saves. This is
Fine.
This is insanely close. I think Evans is behind by 10 or so seconds.
Yeah, just about.
He had a couple of deaths that really cost him a lot. Maybe the flag 14 one. It's gonna come down to the wire here. We'll see how they play.
Ooh! That's gonna give a bit of opportunity if Scrublord actually dies and is going to go back to flag number 3. So yeah, Evansfight is now ahead. And yeah, that is gonna do it. That is gonna be a win for Evansfight. Just that one death sending them back from flag 2 to flag 3 because they didn't take the checkpoint. And so Evansfight is gonna be taking that one actually.
Wow. How much of a difference was this one?
That is like, I don't know, like 3 seconds?
That is insane.
Oh,
One
no,
death
it's
changed-
longer. Oh, it's longer than that. It's like
5
no,
seconds.
5 seconds. Okay.
That one death from Scrublord just turned the race. That is insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah, we now have a kind of a rare thing in the Celeste League, a fight in a 1-1 tie.
Yep. We're getting some closer races, and it's definitely showing. Like, I knew Evan could take a win. It's certainly an unusual way to be taking a win, but it's still a win. Yeah, that's a crazy GG.
Definitely a much cleaner race on Evan's end. I think Scrublord was about the same. He definitely messed up in a couple different spots, but Evans had
Yeah.
a much cleaner race on his end. he cut down like 14 deaths. Just didn't die as much, and his reflection was much cleaner. He saved, I think, a minute 20 on his reflection from last race.
Yeah, now we got a hype chat going on.
This race just gained a whole new meaning.
Yes, yes it did.
We're gonna have a quick pause here. I think we're waiting for Evans. He may be going to the bathroom or getting some water, getting himself
This might
ready.
also, Evan was the one we had a pause before, so this could have just been him finishing first RTA wise just now that we're looking at. Yeah, so we're just gonna be waiting just a little bit. And let's try not to lose this hype. So while we're on this break right now, I'll mention pace. Something to definitely be hype about. You know, we got pace to come up very soon. Exclamation point tickets in the chat. Go see a live event in Maryland, Laurel, Maryland, in the same place that a lot of fighting competitions happen in the Xanadu Game Space. And it could be a lot of fun. I'll be there, so it's certainly something you want to. No one wants to see me. It's fine. You know, you can see whoever you want. See some other people. Go see Cheese. Go find TGH somewhere. You know, there'll be a bunch of different top runners of a bunch of different games that'll be there to just have fun and watch some live competitions.
Yeah, and there is actually a lot of good runs set up besides just the competitions. There's a lot of good runs to just go and watch. I think there's a 3-way race of 120-star Super Mario 64 that's going to be happening. There's Invisible Percent that FC Races is doing of Celeste. That's just a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of good strat changes that you have to do, or not see, because you can't. But Scrublord's starting a little early there. I think because Evans was paused earlier on.
Yeah, that was due to the sync that we had to do back in the summit. Okay, chapter 1 is just moving through no struggles yet. So we kind of just went into focus mode and watched.
Not a lot to really say about chapter 1. This fast movement optimized as much as it possibly could be. Evans getting fast climb at the end, and Scrublord getting it. Both very good chapter 1s out of both of them. Flying through old site, both of them got the cutscene warp. Evan's about to enter the battle and fight. There's not a lot of hard stuff when you first kind of are finding strats in this, but trying to optimize them to get as fast as you can is insanely hard.
Yeah, there still are some precise dashes that have to be done through dream blocks on these screens.
Yeah, mainly the last two battle rooms are insanely hard. Evan's just barely avoiding that battling. About a 2-second difference for them so far exiting that battle and fight. Evans had a couple stutters. A lot of clean movement and a bunch of corner boosts coming out from Scrublord as well.
Yeah, just really smooth all around.
I wonder if he does any in Awake. I feel like he does. He has to. So he only goes for the hardest strats. Evans a little movement stutter there.
Yeah. Missing a corner boost and then also hitting a spring at one point. So yeah, we're at like 5 seconds now.
Yeah, the 5-second difference.
Yeah, both players yet again. Just moving through. This lobby is just so well known at this point.
Evans lost a little bit of time there on that lobby. I don't know where, but I do know he had I think a death.
Scrublord. Yeah, Scrublord did just have a bit of a hiccup in that big mess navigation though.
So did Evans. He messed up the ultra on the exit. Scrublord getting spike jump. Evans waiting on a cycle there. I think he messed something up. Evans spent way too long on the spike jump room than he would have liked. I think that was 3rd or 4th try. Evan's entering the laundry section just about as Scrublord's exiting it, so he does have a fair lead.
Yeah, and taking a
the
death
cycle
there.
skip there. I think he was going for that corner boost and just missed it.
Yeah.
Scrublord stuttering on the last room in Huge Mess, the last variant of it. Oh, but so is Evan.
Sometimes it's the lack of obstacles that messes you up. Put that on a t-shirt. On to the demo dash now. Oh! Got a death from Scrublord.
Oh, he did
Got a couple coming in. Evans is catching up here. This is getting crucial.
Come on, Scrublord. 4 now. Come on.
Oh, okay. Just barely. Evansfight nearly retried there and didn't quite make it into there. But Evans is also still messing up. We got both players messing up on there. Evans is through first and going for test cycle as well. Not quite able to get it.
He gave up on test cycle. Scrublord. Come on, Scrublord.
Oh, meanwhile, okay.
He's gonna opt to get the key. Wow.
I've seen him do this once before.
Yeah.
It really is unfortunate that it happens to Scrublord, but it's really just a case of like if he's just not feeling it during a run, he just is like I can't figure it out. Like there's just some days where or sometimes
does get task skip or task cycle. That puts Evans heavily in the lead though, and I think Scrublord died there definitely more than 10 times.
Yeah. That was just really painful.
Yeah. That hurt to watch. Other than that, I mean, he had a very clean resort up until that point. I think he only had maybe 1 death and then the stutter in the key room. Evan's already out of Yoshiro fight. Yeah, that's gonna put him heavily in the lead. Scrublord still has 2 screens to go. About I think an 18-second difference when Scrublord was heavily ahead after a huge mess. So that was a big lead change. Evan's already into the box jump room. We'll see if he... Do you think he goes for it? Nice. Alright.
Yeah, that was clean.
Yeah, he died there twice last run.
Was that last run or was that first race?
I thought that was last run. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm already forgetting things.
How dare you? Supposed to know everything.
Let's see if Scrublord gets it. Nice. He doesn't go for a wave dash there. It's a little risky. Looking back at track, someone said Scrublord had a 5-12 resort there, so definitely something that'll probably come back and bite him later.
Yeah, that's a really annoying time to get. I can't even like think of a good adjective to use there.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Evansfight already into cliff phase, kind of blazing through this ridge right now. I do know he's been practicing a lot of ridge. See how much it shows. He's actually already almost done. He's gonna exit with a 250 ridge. I think Scrublord's been having one hell of a ridge as well. As I say that, he messes up the one of the longer rooms.
Ooh, and now just not getting the movement correct.
Yeah.
And now we're going into 5, and I definitely remember seeing some trouble from Scrublord on 5B last race.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
not just because of missing Bob's drop, but he also like ended up getting like you lost even more time than just Bob's drop.
Yeah.
Within that time,
Yeah. I think Evans has extended his lead. I think Scrublord got a 3-minute time there in ridge. He goes for the cutscene warp, gets it. Evans pulling out new strats that no one does.
It's just hard to line up.
Yeah, I've only ever... Oh, Evan. Messing up, he gets the first part of it, but missed the dash at the end.
Still fairly good to get.
Yeah. Still maybe save time. He's gonna be moving into the tape room. Getting the cycle skip. Nice. That's a what is that? A 116 tape grab. That's very nice. Scrublord also messing up Yeet. So no time lost on Evan's end from missing it.
I'm struggling on hitting that button just then. Yeah, I remember this rhythm. Yeah, the tape room definitely causing trouble again.
Yeah, he's making sure that he gets it first try.
And Evansfight missing Bub's drop.
I think Evan still does have the lead here if he gets it again. If he gets it, oh Evan.
Yeah, the lead is definitely still his, but he's slowly losing it right now. This is very important. Oh, and missing it again!
If Scrublord gets it first try, I think he'll take the lead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, Evan gets it third try. If Scrublord gets it here, then he'll take the lead, and it'll be almost tied up.
Yeah, actually, just looking at timing, it would be tied up. Scrublord ending up missing it as well, though, so we're actually, yep, Evans is going to be able to maintain that lead. So 5B becoming a very interesting area right now, as Scrublord is able to get it now on the second try. But another player able to get first try Bub's drop, so being very... Yeah, and we're still getting a lot of spaghetti going on in this chapter. I'm still seeing a couple deaths coming in here and there for both players.
Definitely. This chapter, a lot of people say like, oh, this chapter's easy once you learn it, but even, I mean, no matter how much you practice it, it's a hard chapter.
Absolutely. I don't see how people think this is an easy chapter.
No matter how much you practice it, you're still gonna die on this chapter, and any death here will take a lot of time.
Taking struggles in the red bubble screen right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan, you can save this. You can save this.
Yeah, bounce on that seeker. All right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Got his dash back from the explosion of the speakers or the seeker as well. Get a little save from him. All right, Scrublord now into the the Seeker section. Evans onto Fio already. And again, it's hard to gauge a 5B time because they both had to reset.
Yeah, it's some crazy stuff going on there, and it is taken into account when looking at the stats page as well. We actually do add up together like all the times that people took in 5B total. So that includes missed bub traps. So we keep like the 30 seconds in, we find that amount. We'll keep the 10 seconds in, we'll find that amount, and so it'll add up to like showing a roughly like how much has happened.
Minus Bub's drop, Evans had a very good Seeker section in Fio. Scrublord with a couple of missteps. Moving into Reflection, I don't know what the difference is looking like for these runners. Evans is definitely in the lead though. I just don't know by how much.
Just a lot of noodles in the way. It's really a difference going on.
It looks like about 15 or 20 seconds difference between them.
Yeah, I put it that about an intro reflection away from each other because it clocked at 16:05 at the same exact time for them. Sorry if I made you guys hungry for spaghetti in chat. It seems I might have done that.
Now I want spaghetti.
Do you want me to move? Do you want me to move the analogy to ramen instead? Or, like,
it's just a better spaghetti. Scrublord doing the wall bounce.
Oh, we're gonna get some debate going on.
Yeah, this is now a politics stream.
It is a politics stream. Spaghetti is definitely better than ramen. I don't know what you're talking.
Yeah, no, it is.
Ramen is good. Oh.
I think Scrublord's controller disconnected again.
That is not. Yeah, he's standing still. This is, yeah,
okay.
Fine. Okay.
Still though, that was again maybe another 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's annoying that that's happening. You gotta get your controllers charged before.
And now that I think about it, that controller disconnect lost him last race. Like obviously there were other mistakes, but his controller disconnected for about 8 seconds last time as well.
Yeah, that's
and he lost by 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Obviously, there were other mistakes. Dying on flag 3, or dying like on flag 2 and skipping it, going back to flag 3 was.
Yeah, there are definitely other
things that sealed it.
Count on there. Like, it wasn't just being like fully optimistic, and then because of a disconnect, not being able to get it. Like,
but it is a factor.
There's definitely were some human elements within there, though.
Evans having I haven't been looking at Evans. I've been watching Scrublord, but he seems to be flying through beginning.
Yeah, fairly solid.
Quickly.
Fairly solid 6. Chapter 6.
Already into a descent. Nice bumper skip from Scrublord taking that bottom path. Evans now on a battle and boost. I don't know what that sound was. And he clears it. Scrublord now into the descent portion of Reflection. Evans into the battle and fight. This is where the difference is notable between both of them, even without a timer sync.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now. He entered the battle line cutscene at about 1857, so we are looking at about say about like 20 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Scrublord going for his battle and boost here. Yeah, about 25 seconds different between them right now from the entrance of the battle and fight. Evansfight getting a feather skip there, the ultras. He's having a very clean battle and fight so far.
And while we could say last race was could potentially be blamed on the controller disconnect, right now this is it. Even with that slight controller disconnect, there definitely was just better play coming in from Evan's side right now.
Yeah, even without that, it would be about a 10-second difference between them still. Evans has been playing very well so far.
Yeah, 5B was a struggle for both sides, so you can't even really call like the struggle of 5B going on both sides any sort of real factor skill level.
Because Evans took retries on bug drop this run, and Scrublord took 2, but Scrublord just had some bad deaths.
Yeah.
Evan's already almost done with the battle and fight. Last room right now for him. Oh, Scrublord dying at the very end of a pretty lengthy one there. Dying right on the ultra at the end. Evans through the battle and fight. He's gonna exit with probably a sub 6 here. Again, much cleaner reflection than the first run. That's going to be a 551 out of Evans.
It's pretty solid.
And he's actually ahead of his last run as well, exiting 21:42, I think.
Yeah.
Last run was like a 22:05.
Yes, yeah, Scrublord looking to be getting somewhere around that time though.
Yeah, Scrublord is still having a pretty nice. Ooh, just barely doesn't. A very nice reflection. Definitely a little slower than Evans. It's not going to be sub 6, but still a very good one so far.
Right, and now looking at Evan doing the summit.
Yeah, Scrublord's going to get about a 6:11 here. So he lost 20 seconds or so in that reflection to Evansfight. And that does include the time loss from the controller disconnect. That's unfortunate, but he just has to keep playing on. Evansfight already out of 500 meters. Scrublord just about to exit base. And we might get a sync here, hopefully, because this run is definitely not out of the ballpark for Scrublord. He is behind, but definitely not lost for him. Things can happen. I mean, he died in flag 2 and skipped it last run. Anything can happen pretty much. And yeah, then we're gonna get our sync.
Yep. It is happening.
So we'll be able to kind of figure out how much of a difference there is. Oh,
Ooh!
Scrublord. I think he meant to dash down and dash to the right.
Yeah, he meant to do the fast strategy there. Didn't quite get the inputs though. But yeah, Evansfight with a definite lead here. Just about half a section, almost a full section ahead.
Evans messed up one Dream Block Hyper, and he messed up the one that you can save. And he just barely reacted in time to save it. And that was at the very end of a pretty lengthy screen. Oh, Evan's taking a... I think he took that death last run as well. At the very end. And now he's on like in a cycle he doesn't like. Made it through though. Alright. Now I went to triple ultra run for him. I do think Scrublord has gained some time back on Evans this summit, but not enough for a lead change.
Yeah, they're essentially a full section away here. Like, I mean, some of these sections in later in Summit get much longer, so it's not exactly going to be a full section in later ones, but essentially that.
Right. Evans landing in a 2,000 meter 25:20. So it's actually not as far as we thought. Scrublord has definitely gained some time back.
Oh yeah.
Because he was about 35 seconds behind entering Summit, and now he's 20 seconds behind.
Still significant.
He's gonna have to make a move fast though. Still a big chunk, but he's gonna have to play just about perfect here. Make sure he doesn't mess up drastically. Evans now on auto scroller skip. We're gonna see if he goes for the spike jump part of it. Yep, and he gets it. All right.
Yeah, and Evan not going for skip, just one plain old skip.
Yeah. I do think he only went for that last one because he knew the run was dead.
Pretty much, yeah. And people rooting in the chat, hoping that Evan can get his first set.
I think the gap has even closed a little bit because Evans did have one or two deaths. So Scrublord's slowly gaining on him. Yeah, he's only about 10 seconds behind now after 2,000 meter.
Still a really tough section that we're in right now, though.
Evans getting first try key skip. It's kind of a staple though that they get that now.
Yeah, key skips is a staple, but I'm talking about just there are some difficult areas in 2500 and 3000 that could really cause the problems.
The one that'll interest me the most is definitely downdraft.
Right. Yeah.
Different approaches that they may take. How many flags they skip.
If the flag skipping matters. And Scrublord not getting the dash back on threading the needle.
I think
missing door skip.
Evans had 2 deaths on thread the needle.
No, I noticed. I'm just pointing it out for Evan as well, Scrublord as well.
Yeah. Evans down to 3,000 meter.
He's up to 3,000 meter. He traveled upwards, not down. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry,
Nah,
it's a bad joke.
You're good.
Okay. Still a bad joke.
Never said it was.
Thanks.
Alright.
Both players in the updraft section, this is gonna really count. just watching both screens right now. I'm so concentrated. Like, sorry chat, I love you, but we're gonna close you out right now. I'm just gonna go full screen on the stream.
Yeah, we're into this race as well.
Yeah. I was enjoying watching chat, seeing what they're saying, but no, I'm going into full screen mode. We are watching this in its full glory, so I can pay attention to both sides.
Evan's down to flag 12, getting the neutral jump. It's just about a couple flags ahead of Scrublord. Oh, he skipped flag 9. Okay.
But he took 10. He took 10.
He did take 10th. Oh, I didn't. Oh, thank God. I did not notice. Alright, he's taking flag 9 now.
Yeah. Maybe that's what maybe that's what he's been compensating with. Maybe he is taking 10 now.
Yeah.
And just intentionally skipping 9, so he just traded those 2 flags.
It is. I think Scrublord might have just taken the lead. If not, it is very close.
I didn't even realize there was a timer of desync to consider.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Yeah. It is.
There was a little bit of a desync, but I think Scrub is behind by maybe 1 second.
Yeah, this is crazy close again. Okay, we are. This is the race to the top. These final 3 flags. Evan making sure to get flag 2 right now.
Yeah. I think he went for the bunny hop and missed it.
Oh, we're getting a resync.
Final sync. Scrub skipping flag 2.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, coming down to flag 1. This is very important. Flag 1 movement, more important than ever right now.
Come on, guys.
Oh my god, I can't even
They're
see
cleared.
things. Oh!
I think Scrublord might have skipped cutscene faster.
I don't know.
56.3.
Yeah.
What's Evan's at?
Evan, can your feed load, please?
Come on, Evan. Load. 56.315 from Scrublord. Evan, load.
Evan!
Come on.
I don't know who won.
I think Scrublord might have won.
I don't know. I think Evan got to the flag first, though. Like,
he got there, but he waited on the skip cutscene. Load.
This is painful.
Come on, Evan.
Goddamn stream. You can come in, like, you guys can come in and just tell me what happened, like, cause.
Yeah, no, it's still just frozen for him. Come on, Evan. Oh my gosh, Evan lost by 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, he just reported it in the chat because
his stream is frozen, but he got a 356.842. There it is.
Okay, yeah, finally appearing on our screen.
I think he tabbed out. Wow.
Yeah, chat is so confused
by
right
0.5 seconds.
Chat is so mad.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Hey, Evan.
Hi.
Okay, so closest match ever, and you
I'm
pull
laughing.
a cop out on here.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, the stream freezing is not your fault, so I'm not gonna dwell on that. But
That was funny.
that was some crazy. That was a crazy race to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty nutty.
It might have been just me, but it looked like you stuttered on the skip cutscene at the end.
Yeah, no, I lost over a second on it.
Yeah,
Completely threw it on that.
yeah.
I'm laughing.
Because you
It's
got
funny.
to the flag before Scrublord,
Yeah. Well,
and at that
The
point we had the timer
craziest
synced.
thing that we're talking about a time, like just talking about timer differences that occurred because one person didn't skip cutscene as quickly.
look, menuing is an important part of Celeste, and also the hardest part of Celeste.
We just proved
This
it.
is the
yeah.
point where you need to. That's the point where you need to get a skip cutscene button.
I don't think I can. I think I could get. I think my technology ends at demo button
It's
because
okay.
I don't do it the same
All right,
way.
you don't. Yeah,
I don't
because
find it
you
the
do.
same way everyone else does.
Yeah, you do play on Switch Pro Controller as well, so you don't have as many buttons to kind of futz with.
Yeah. Today was these 3 runs were my first 3 runs
Hey,
with the
Evan.
demo button. Really. So
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so damn, closest
I was
match
a little
ever,
bit,
and you.
little bit not used to it, but
It worked out though. That third race, Scrublord had a lot of deaths on Demo Dash, and you got through it, I think, second try, and you took a huge
yeah.
lead on him.
Even that second try demo dash bad. Like I died. Like I think if I had not used my demo button, I think I would have been fine. Because I pressed the button before I jumped off the wall, which just slides me down, and naturally I died because I
Yeah.
didn't even get enough height to make the dash period.
And I don't remember, Troy, you might remember if it was this race or last race where Scrublord like died a lot on Demo Dash and ended up going for the key. Like he wasn't in the groove and he went down and got the key. Because
I believe that was this one.
Yeah, that might have been this one.
Oh really?
You had a large lead exiting resort. He
Yeah.
couldn't get in the groove of Demo Dash.
Bub's drop was not good to me on the third race, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I kind of threw a little bit there on 5B and on Summit for sure, but
You got
still.
a point.
Yeah.
You have a point.
It was not a total sweep. You performed like excellently. I thought your races were
Except for race 1.
race
Race
one.
one.
We can all forget about race 1 with
Okay.
a 721 reflection.
That was gross.
It
We
was
call
Yeah.
that
it was gross.
passing out. We call that passing, ye old passing out.
It's okay. But don't pass out over here, guys, because
No.
yeah, we got some stuff going on coming up next.
What do we have next? I think we have a Super Mario Odyssey race next. I don't remember who.
Yeah, pulling up the schedule right now. It's Dangers versus Stravos, and yeah, Dangers is in the chat right now. And yeah, I know. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Milo. I'm literally saying outro words.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, bye, guys. Go stay for SMO. Dangers versus Stravos. Bye.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.